One Zambia, one nation. This is Zanis News. I am your presenter, Henry Himonde. The headlines in our news. Minister unhappy with abandoned roadworks. 9-year-old boy seeks medical attention. And local government association launches project to support women. We now have the news in detail. Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua is disappointed with the contractor awarded to work on the 150-kilometer Mumbwa-Kaindu Road, who abandoned works despite government paying mobilization funds. Mr. Nanjua, who inspected the road, has warned local contractors to exhibit seriousness if government is to entrust them with big contracts. Kruger Siankulu now reports.
A well-developed road network brings about social and economic development to any community. It is for this reason that Central Province Minister Credo Nanjua has inspected the 150 kilometers Mumbwa-Kaindu Road, which has been abandoned by the contractor.
He's paid for mobilizing and then abandons the contract. So we are saying that as government, we are concerned with this, and we're hoping that the minister and the local government is following up these payments. People who store money from government, pretending that they have moved on site, meanwhile they have done nothing. We have seen all of us, there's no work that has been done here.
Meanwhile, Mumbwa Town Council Director of Works, Chirufya Mukuka, now gives the status of the road.
A project that was awarded to Pine Roads and general contractors at a cost of above 140 million to do close to 150 kilometers. So far, there are some minor works which have been done, but the contractor has been off-site for some time. They are claiming non-payment of their IPCs, amongst the main reasons why they are not on site. But the status of the road is that it is in a very bad state.
And Mumbwa Kasempa motorists want the road to be graded urgently before the onset of the rains.
The road kutoka Kasempa kukwera kurusaka ni road ifupi maningi. So hii road ifunika road boma mtu yanga nepo.
Kruger Siankulu, Zanis, Mumbwa.
Thank you, Kruger, for that report. Now, Chaibu Nkoma reports from Solwezi that Northwestern Province Minister Robert Liefu has advised correctional facilities to apply for Constituency Development Fund in order to address some challenges faced in the facilities. Mr. Liefu was speaking in a speech read by Provincial Permanent Secretary Grandson Katambi during the commemoration of the International Day of Prayer and Action for Inmates. Here now is a report.
This is Northwestern Provincial Day of Prayer and Action for Inmates held at St. Daniel Catholic Cathedral Church. Zambia Correctional Service Regional Commanding Officer for Northwestern Province, Joseph Kondoloni, is calling for increased material support to the inmates.
The service has opened its doors to the church and other organizations to come and assist these God's creations who have offended the society. It is in this regard that today we have met to pray for the inmates and offer them material support.
Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Colonel Grandson Katambi says government is aware of the many challenges faced by correctional facilities.
Despite the increase in numbers of inmates and the lack of special facilities for inmates with special needs, the government has managed to provide quality correctional services.
The inmates are happy with the support from government and its cooperating partners.
Coming to our committees and all the well-wishers, we really thank you very much for all these, the kind gesture that you have shown to us by giving us these wonderful gifts. We assure you that these things will go a long way. To you, they might seem very small, but to us, they are great things and wonderful things that will at least help us in one way or the other.
For Zanis News, I am Chaibun Koma in Solwezi District, Northwestern Province.
We now move to Northern Province, where management at Northern Coffee Corporation Limited, NCCL, has dispelled reports suggesting that workers at Katenshi Plantation in Kasama have gone on a strike following recent protests. NCCL Director Medu Medepa says calm has restored after meeting with various stakeholders and that the coffee plantation is operating normally and at full capacity. Let's take a look at the following report.
It is one of the largest coffee estates in Zambia with over 1,000 permanent employees and 10,000 seasonal workers. This is Northern Coffee Corporation Limited, which is responding to government's quest to develop rural areas through viable agriculture and economic schemes. However, there have been reports that operations have stalled at the company following the recent protests by workers across all its 5 plantations in Northern Province. But management have denied the reports.
Unfortunately, some of the media misinterpreted. It was most unfortunate. We would like to have smooth atmosphere in our work conditions because we are one of the largest employers in the private sectors in Zambia. So to keep people happy, now they're working well, they're happy. We have 5 farms here. In all the 5 farms, the work is going on as usual. And I'm also happy that things have been normalized and people understand.
The company's director added that the firm is currently working on various concerns aimed at addressing the plight of workers.
Our employees are the backbone of our industry, coffee industry, which we know we would like to work very smoothly. We are working very smoothly with the employees, also with the stakeholders. We have done a lot of work on the CRS activities, inclusive of the building of hospital, building of schools. Recently, we have supported to build a secondary school where 500 students are.
And a check at the plantation in Kasama revealed that work was going on smoothly, with some coffee pickers going by their daily routines. Reporting for Zanis in Kasama, I am Patrick Kabwe.
A family in Senior Chief Shakumbila's area in Mumba district is appealing to government and well-wishers for financial support to enable them take their 9-year-old son for specialized treatment. Mother to the boy, Anna Banda, described her son as dumb and demonstrates uncoordinated actions. Conwell Mudala interacted with the family and now reports.
The joy that comes with the birth of a child has dried up for a family of Senior Chief Shakumbila in Mumba district after realizing their son has a condition. The mother to the son, Annie Banda, says it's the family's desire to take the boy for specialized treatment and is appealing for financial support. Regina Chilonga, who is the grandmother to the boy, raises questions about his mental health, adding that he could not be enrolled for school because of his condition. Zanis reports in Mumba district, Central Province.
The Local Government Association of Zambia, with support from Federation of Canadian Municipalities, has launched a project in Kasama district that will promote participation of women in local governance. The project, which is called the Partnership for Municipal Innovation of Women in Local Leadership, will be implemented in 5 municipalities. Geoffrey Piri now gives us the rest of the details.
Participation of women in key decision-making positions in local authorities in Zambia is generally considered to be very low. Statistics shows that only 10% of women are elected mayors and council chairpersons, while about 15% are councillors. But the Local Government Association of Zambia, with support from the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, has launched a program called the Partnerships for Municipal Innovations of Women Local Leadership in 5 municipalities in Zambia, aimed at increasing women's participation in local governance. Kasama Mayor Teresa Kolala launched the program in the district.
PMI Will project activities will focus on training of local government officials on gender-inclusive governance and gender-responsive service delivery. It will also act on development of action plans to promote women participation in local government and implementation of priority activities such as training, mentoring.
The Local Government Association of Zambia says the project will help to improve service delivery.
This will be achieved by, number one, increasing the participation of women as leaders and decision makers in local government. Secondly, increasing the capacity of partner local authorities to deliver inclusive and gender-responsive services.
Northern Province Local Government Officer Alfred Nyambose is confident the project will achieve its objectives.
The major stakeholders in this project have been taken on board from the outset. This project will go a long way in improving the livelihood of the people, particularly the women folk and those people who are marginalized. 5 councils, namely Kasama, Lunte, Chifunabuli, Nakonde and Kafue, have been selected to benefit from the program. Geoffrey Pidi reporting for Zanis in Kasama.
As we continue with the news, a 34-year-old metal fabricator of Choma's site and service who makes bicycles from locally sourced materials is seeking government support to grow his business. Billy Chisenga, a grade 9 dropout, has been engaging in metal fabrication for 2 years and has employed over 8 youths. Here is a report.
One would think this is an imported bicycle, yet it is a locally made in Zambia, Choma to be specific. A 34-year-old man, Billy Chisenga of Choma's site and service, is behind this innovation.
So in Enabwanankara, even Jinga ipangiwa na.
I decided to make bicycles because most bicycles are imported.
So even me, I can make it. So Enabwanankara manje, kwambo panga manje.
Mr. Chisenga, a grade 9 dropout, is involved in metal fabrication, employing about 8 youths. He now seeks for government assistance to grow his business.
For now, nipe makwati ma machines. Ma machines osebenzisa.
I'm lacking machines to improve my production.
Mauba. Nacho sipangira chabe benda.
Work is going on well. We're able to feed our families. The only problem is lack of machines.
However, government has noticed his innovation.
These are examples of the youth that the country should be looking out to, who are innovative and they have a clear mind of what they want to do. All they need is just the support. And we are aware that this government is reaching out to youth like him. And we need to ensure that he is supported so that he becomes a case that other youths are going to learn from.
Costa Kimdenda, Zanis, in Choma District, Southern Province.
In Luapula Province, the Mwata Kazembe of the Lunda-speaking people of Mansawombwe District says corporate sponsorship has been instrumental in the promotion of culture. The chief notes through his representative, Prince Kazangambayo, that the corporate community has given support to the hosting of the Mtomboko ceremony, which is slated for July 30th, 2022. Godfrey Chikumbi now gives us the details in the following report.
The Mtomboko traditional ceremony of Mwata Kazembe has never been held since 2018 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, with all preparations intensifying. The ceremony is set to be held this year on July 30, 2022. Atlas Mara and MTN Zambia have joined a group of other corporate sponsors to financially aid the event.
In our discussions with the organizing committee, we looked at our coffers and we felt we would also come in together with other partners that are supporting the ceremony.
The two companies have each donated 50,000 kwacha to Mwata Kazembe at a Kalaf ceremony graced by Luapula Province Minister Derrick Chilundika in Mansa.
And as MTN, we want to take this opportunity to take part in sponsorship of the Mutomboko. And as you know, MTN, we are everywhere.
Let's give them support, because it is that support which will give them a free operation, which will culminate into profit making, which profit will come to contribute so that we observe our traditions. It is culture and tradition that defines you.
Mwata Kazembe was represented at the event by his son, Prince Paul Kanyembo, and Prince Kazangambayo.
There are certain things that we can do as traditionists. And there are certain things that we can't do because we have no capacity to do that. And that's why when we have no capacity to do that, we run to the corporate world for assistance. And therefore, I'm thanking you so much on behalf of the Mwata. Umutomboko is a dance of joy, victory, and conquest. This is the meaning of Umutomboko.
For Zanis News, Godfrey Chikombi reporting in Mansa.
And finally, Minister of Finance and National Planning, Stumbeko Msokotwane, has directed the Development Bank of Zambia, DBZ, to ensure that the 1.3 billion kwacha outstanding loan is paid back. The minister said this in a speech read for him by the Ministry of Finance and National Planning Permanent Secretary for Economic Management and Finance, Dennis Chisenda, at the induction of the DBZ Board of Directors in Chongwe. We have more details in the following report.
The Development Bank of Zambia is recording losses. It has deteriorated in the last decade despite financial support from government. Minister of Finance and National Planning, Stumbeko Msokotwane, says this has resulted into the bank's inability to adequately cover its operational costs. Speaking in a speech read for him by Permanent Secretary, Economic Management and Finance, at the induction of directors for the Development Bank of Zambia, Dr. Msokotwane says the bank must deliver on its mandate.
I also wish to direct your board to ensure that all those that borrowed from the bank pay back the money. And to the borrowers, government will ensure that DBZ is supported well enough to collect payments with regard to all outstanding loans.
The board of directors is ready to work with other stakeholders to finance the business sector.
So to focus to ensuring that we provide the right medium and long-term capital for the development of this country is essential. And I think that DBZ should not be the only one providing that kind of finance.
Noah Nkoma is the chairperson of the Development Bank of Zambia board.
We are also happy to inform you that another shareholder, the Exim Bank of India, which had withdrawn its representation on the board, has re-engaged with the board.
Shupekile Nkunika for Zanis in Chongwe.
That item brings us to the end of Zanis News, but before we go away, another look at the top stories. Central Province Minister has expressed sadness over the abandoned roadworks in Mumbwa district. A 9-year-old boy of Chief Chakumbila's area requires medical attention. And Local Government Association of Zambia has launched a project to support women in local leadership. Thank you so much for staying with us on Zanis News. For these and other stories, log on to our website on www.zanis.com.zm. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Remember, Zambia is bigger than all of us. Until next time, it's goodbye.